Hey guys, did you hear they made a movie about us?
That's amazing!
I can't wait to listen to it.
Let's get Fireflakes at the Fire Nation Theater.
It's not being shown in theaters. My father leaked the movie online and forced Paramount to release it early.
That's the worst thing he's ever done.
It's kind of Paramount's fault for treating us like disposable garbage.
Also, the movie sucks.
There's no way that's true, buddy. It is. We're barely in it. The plot functions without us.
You've seen it too, Zuko? I was all over that leak like the Fire Nation on Ba Sing Se.
Well, I actually waited for the official release, and though we may agree that Paramount are war criminals who deserve the boiling rock, the movie is great. Let's start at the beginning. So it starts off with me happily playing with my air nomad friends as a child. Then the Fire Nation attacks and kills everyone I've ever loved. But don't worry, it was just a nightmare of the horrific memory that will haunt me for the rest of my life. I'm actually looking for airbender relics, so I return to my old home to find some. But while I'm there, I get attacked by an incredible group of warriors. The Denied. What's their problem? They're a group of non-benders who are sick of living in a world where benders have all the power. Oh, are they recruiting?
I doubt it. Twinkletoes probably crushed them, right?
Not really. I actually heroically saved the attractive one, and sort of nearly die in the process. They kind of blew the temple apart, so I had to stop it from falling on us.
You did the opposite of crush them? Are you serious?
Why would they try to kill the Avatar?
Maybe they were one of Zuko's old friends. Hey, buddy? Stop calling me that! The movie's intro is a massive failure on Aang's part. The Denied show up and successfully steal a figure of Avatar Sonam while destroying countless priceless artifacts in front of the Avatar. He needs to go into the Avatar state to stop himself from getting crushed. And it's pretty cool that he can go in and out of it at will now, but wouldn't you know, right after saving himself, he faints. So the Denied escape, and Aang just ends up seeming kinda weak and useless. Then we get the classic intro to the elements. Water, earth, fire, and air, presented by Team Avatar. This is probably a good time to mention that we all sound different, by the way.
What? Why? My voice is perfect. I narrated that intro for years.
Do you know how many Water Tribe kids are gonna starve without Katara's voice acting check?
They already stole my eyes. Now they've stolen my voice too?
Yes, they changed all our voices. Even me, the guy who was voiced by an ethnic Asian.
But why?
Because we're not diverse enough, alright? Only a blind woman can voice a blind character. Don't you get it? Were the original voice actors busy or something? They weren't asked. Their voices clearly don't represent the characters, so who cares about them, right?
Well, a bunch of people grew up with those voices.
Those voices are wrong. These voices are right. If you don't agree, then you're worse than Azula. Okay, Zuko, calm down. The new voices aren't that bad, and besides, Appa and Momo sound the same. Anyway, 10 minutes into the movie, we finally see the rest of Team Avatar. Katara's giving a speech to celebrate the anniversary of Republic City and the opening of Unity Tower, and we're finally in a relationship.
10 minutes for your soulmate to make an appearance isn't great, Aang.
What are you talking about, Katara? Appa was right there at the start.
Republic City? Unity Tower? What are those?
A new perfect paradise, where water, earth, fire, and airbenders can live together in harmony.
But earthbenders need earth. Waterbenders need water. We're different. How do you expect everyone to get along?
Because I'm the Avatar. I love your childlike naivete. Thanks, Sokka. By the way, I'm totally jacked now. Katara's healing me with some water, and I'm kind of a monster, not gonna lie.
Am I jacked too?
Yes, we're all disgustingly muscular.
Well, hey, the movie can't be that bad then.
Katara starts moaning at me for spending more and more time in the air temple. She's concerned that I'm becoming a bit distant. Wouldn't have these problems if she dated me. I explain how when the Denied were attacking, I kept thinking, this could be it. When I die, my culture dies with me. Which is really the theme for the rest of the movie. Air Nation Legacy.
A problem that could be solved if you got me pregnant.
Again, I would have corrected this. So I consult my past selves to find more about Avatar Sonam. That's the statue which the Denied stole. They called it a map, so it must be important. I start off with Roku, and he doesn't know. Does Roku have a new voice too? Of course. His old voice was all wrong. It was highly offensive.
You're telling me that Roku makes an appearance in this movie before me?
Told you we got sidelined.
Anyway, one of my past selves describes Sonam as the Avatar from the Golden Age of Airbenders. Though, surprisingly, I've never heard of her before. Does that make sense? Nah, who knows. But what I find out is that she had a staff which could give non-benders bending power. So it's kind of obvious what the plot of the movie is now. Get to the magic staff before the Denied. Bingo! Oh, classic MacGuffin. I honestly thought we were better than this. My past self tells me about a mountain, and the staff's probably there. I need to get there fast, so of course I leave Appa with Katara and decide to climb the mountain by hand.
You did what now?
I needed you to take Appa and Momo and gather up the rest of the team because there's no time to waste.
But if there's no time to waste, then surely you would have brought Appa with you to fly up the mountain, right? And why do you even need the rest of the team to help you climb a mountain? What did you expect us to do?
Okay, listen, we're 18 minutes into the movie here, and clearly someone realized Team Avatar haven't been introduced yet. So we just need to introduce them. Alright? We see Sokka teaching some kids looking like a JoJo character, while he explains he's the one who defeated the Fire Lord and not me. One of the best scenes in the movie, naturally. Then we see Toph beating up a bunch of metal benders. Like she effortlessly beats them. They stand no chance at all. She's so insanely strong in this, it's hard to imagine her losing later on. Like she better not just get unceremoniously beaten off screen or something.
Zuko, is what he's saying true?
It's actually much worse than that, but hey, I don't want to spoil the surprise. Oh yeah, and we see Zuko doing his Fire Lord thing. Adult Zuko is really cool looking. Weird how you didn't say much though, right? It's almost as if an extremely expensive voice actor was hired to voice me, and they could only afford 3 lines. Zuko! You have at least 10 lines in this movie. Come on now, buddy. Anyway, I climb to the top of the mountain and find some frozen dude just ominously floating there. So naturally, I decide to let him out. What's the worst that could happen, right?
Did you even stop to think about it at all? What if he was frozen there for a reason? What if by thawing him out, you accidentally killed him?
Listen, I hate icebergs, so I thawed him out, alright? Coincidentally, after releasing him, the mountain starts falling apart.
Nice job, Aang.
So I'm kind of falling through the sky and stuff, and he's falling too, all unconscious and whatnot. So I catch him, then zoom away in the Avatar state with firebending before we get crushed. But the falling mountain hits me and knocks me out of the Avatar state. More aura loss for Aang. Thankfully, the mysterious guy wakes up and saves the day. He's an airbender who can hold up the whole mountain. I literally just stand there watching him, no help at all, completely useless. Then you guys show up with Appa, and we get out of there.
You know, it kind of sounds like you could have avoided this if you just brought Appa with you.
But then you guys wouldn't be there too. Yeah, but we didn't really do anything. Sounds like we're just kind of along for the ride. That's exactly what it is. For the whole movie.
Wait, how did this mysterious guy hold a whole mountain with his airbending? You can't even do that.
Well, he passed out, so you start healing him, and you say his chi is like nothing you've ever felt. So that's how.
That's the only explanation for why he's so strong?
Well, he's voiced by Drax the Destroyer too, if that helps. Taga is actually the best thing about this movie, so I wouldn't complain too much.
His name is Taga? He sounds attractive.
Nice segue to Zuko's famous line. Likely the one and only line anyone will remember him saying in this whole movie. He's very attractive. What? He is. It's all in the bone structure. You couldn't even let me say it, could you? My movie, my video. Anyway, the guy wakes up immediately concerned about where Avatar Sonam is, seeming really stressed and shouting and kind of in an angry, furious rage.
That sounds like a red flag.
Nah, he just missed her. Also, he was about to kill Toph because, you know, Earthbender! He hates Earthbenders. They killed all his friends.
I'd like to see him try.
But Toph, you're blind.
Thanks for reminding me, genius.
He finally tells us his name's Taga, and he explains the power of the MacGuffin. Staff. Taga was frozen for thousands of years, and in his time, he lived in an air nomad utopia. The staff channeled the power of the spirit world. Taga served Avatar Sonam. Sonam gave him bending powers using the staff. He was the first to receive the power, which is great because this is the solution to my problems.
Having children with me is the solution to your problems.
Katara, please, I'm trying to tell a story. I can bring airbending back to the world with this staff, and conveniently, Taga knows where it is. But we gotta get to it before the Denied do. Taga also says the skies are no place for a water child.
Base.
And to be fair, he warns the journey will be dangerous, but we all decide to tag along because, you know, Team Avatar. Yeah, we go on Zuko's airship with Taga navigating us. He actually asked me how I can tolerate the presence of the Fire Lord and explains how air nomads have always suffered at the hands of the other elements. He kinda sounds like an element racist. Is that a thing?
Aang, this sounds like another red flag.
Nah, it's cool. I give him a little speech about how the world will be better if all the benders live together in one big city like one big family. Then Taga says, "You remind me so much of Sonam," which was a beautiful compliment. Yeah, Aang, after watching the movie, that wasn't a compliment. Unfortunately, the Denied catch up to us in their massive ship, which is way bigger than the Fire Lords for some reason, and they try to kill us. Taga starts crushing their ship with his airbending, but I stop him before he does it, so everyone wins. He was gonna kill them all? Most probably, yes.
Even I can see that Taga is a bad guy.
What? He's not a bad guy. He helps us through the immortal storm. He teaches me so much about airbending. I trust him. Also, our ship gets struck by lightning and he tells me to leave you.
Why didn't you redirect it, Zuko?
Do you know how much that would have cost in voice acting grunts? While you guys are fixing the ship, Taga and I go on ahead to clear a few of the hurricanes out of the way. Wait, you and Taga can fly? Fly? Don't be silly, Sokka. No airbender can fly. We're just throwing each other around with our bending to simulate flying. But if you guys can basically fly and clear hurricanes on your own, then why do you even need us? Why are we even here? For the fans, of course. Gotta please our fans. But they changed our voices. Well, we don't want to please them too much. Anyway, after we get out of the storm, Katara's like totally mad at me since the ship almost crashed. She wants us to turn back.
We should turn back. I hope you listen to me.
Nah, I listened to Taga, my new super intense, totally not evil airbending buddy. We gotta get the staff before they're denied, right? Besides, Taga did warn you guys that the journey would be dangerous.
I'll never forgive him for nearly getting me killed.
You hug his muscular arm and tell him you forgive him.
Well, never say never, right?
Our destination is a bunch of islands of dead lion turtles. This is where Sonam came to learn how to make the staff, and she hid it here. Only the Avatar can find it. Taga wants to come with me, but Katara suggests he helps fix the ship. I agree with her. And at this point, Taga decides he needs to kill Team Avatar.
What?
Well, he could tell you were concerned about his influence on me. I mean, I did nearly get you all killed by going through that storm, right? Not very responsible of me at all. Really, so you tried to separate us and he notices that, but he's chill. He's all like, "We will begin repairs for our voyage home." Which is Taga for, "I'm going to kill all of your friends."
Katara, you idiot! Your stupid plan backfired! I knew there were red flags, but I didn't think he was insane!
He doesn't actually kill us! Right, Zuko? Allow me to explain. And allow me to actually start reviewing this movie instead of just recalling events like Aang here. Thanks, buddy. We're at pretty much the exact halfway point through the movie. Team Avatar has had precisely zero relevance to the plot so far. We're just there. But this is our big moment. Because after Aang discovers the staff, Taga decides he doesn't need us. That we're a weakness to Aang. That there will never be peace among the elements. There never was. That Republic City is built on lies, which of course is all true. Taga's actually making a lot of sense here, but unfortunately he's this movie's villain and he attacks Katara. Then immediately destroys my beautiful airship. That's rough, buddy. So now it's Katara, Toph, Sokka, and me versus Taga. Should be easy, right? I mean, we have Toph with us.
Damn straight you do.
But what does she do? Well, she throws rocks, of course. The only attack she does is throw rocks. He's standing on the ground. She could sink him into the ground. Or what about all that metal from my destroyed airship? Could use some of that to trap him like she did to her pupils earlier, but no! She throws rocks. Thanks, Toph.
Hey, I don't see you doing much, Mr. Fireface.
You know the last time I talked about your powers, I said all you do is throw rocks and so many people came to your defense. She's the most creative earthbender, they said. But look at this! You're totally goddamn useless in this fight. When it actually matters, you just throw rocks like an idiot!
Why are you picking on me?
Because Taga uses airbending to super speed his way over to me and smash me into the ground. And what the hell's Sokka meant to do, honestly? Water trap. Katara's the only one of us who puts up a decent fight, but she can't win on her own. Then Taga charges up his ultimate move, the air bullet, and literally kills us all off screen.
Zuko, there's no way that's true.
He literally kills Team Avatar off screen. Told you we were useless. Oh, but Aang stops him, right? Well, I get the staff, then sort of hand it over to Taga. Then he tells me he killed all of you guys, and we actually see some pictures of that. Then I get really angry and go into the Avatar state, and the same thing happens to me.
What do you mean the same thing happens to you? You're the Avatar.
You're telling me an enraged Avatar Aang gets one shot? Pretty much.
I am embarrassed for us.
And also, he steals Appa. Appa wouldn't allow himself to be stolen. Appa ain't doing shit to Taga, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how Taga effortlessly defeated Aang and killed the rest of us off screen. Like, I know he had the staff for the Aang fight, which I guess gave him a power boost, but still, him winning so easily is just insulting, really. Like, the Avatar is meant to be special, right? And he gets thrown around by just one guy? And that guy is using the Avatar's own natural element against him? Like, Taga seems cool as hell after this, don't get me wrong, but at the expense of Team Avatar? Like, it makes all of our previous accomplishments pale in comparison. I suppose this Taga guy could have easily stopped my father too, right? And Azula and literally everyone else? I mean, the movie's called Avatar Aang. Our main character got beat at the start by the Denied, got beat by a mountain that was falling on him, got beat by Taga. He's done nothing of worth.
I climbed a mountain. You can't tell me climbing that huge-ass mountain wasn't impressive, Zuko.
And I hate to repeat it, but the plot would have continued exactly the same up till this point with just Aang and Taga. Aang was the one who went to the mountain. Aang was the one who freed Taga. Then Aang and Taga were the ones who got through the immortal storm. Aang was the one who got the staff, and Taga was the one who betrayed him. Literally nothing Katara, Toph, Sokka, or I have done up till this point has impacted the plot in a single way. Apart from our off-screen deaths, I guess, if you want to count that, but honestly, Aang could have just started fighting Taga after he learned that he betrayed Sonam, so that wasn't really necessary to trigger their conflict. So Team Avatar are just there, which was absolutely not the case in the original series. Like, we were totally necessary there to teach Aang bending and to steady his resolve and encourage him and teach him. Are you done yapping, Zuko? I'd like to continue reviewing the movie before our little chat here becomes a movie itself. Fine.
So I'm not actually dead. At least, I don't think so. In my mind, I'm talking to Avatar Sonam. I finally found her. She explains that Taga is a bad guy, which is pretty poor timing to be honest. Would have been helpful to know that sooner. And that Taga was a different man back when she gave him power.
I need to talk about this.
Zuko, you talk so much. This isn't your movie, your royal moodiness.
What she said, but replace your royal moodiness with Buddy. Also, my girlfriend turned into the mood. So Avatar Sonam and Taga lived 5,000 years ago, right? And back then, the Earthbenders were starting to form their own kingdom and get aggressive. Kind of like how the Fire Nation was aggressive in our time. So what Sonam did was she used her staff to give people airbending. Then she sent those people out to calm the growing unrest. One of those people was Taga. And can you guess what happened next?
They all resolve their differences over a nice cup of tea?
No, the Earth Kingdom killed everyone.
I like your answer better.
Like, she sent all these people out to their deaths. What did she think was going to happen? Hey, Earthbenders who hate us and want to kill us, could you please stop doing that? Thanks. Is she stupid?
But Taga didn't die?
That's right, he survived, because he's Drax the Destroyer. But he watched all his airbending brothers and sisters die. So really, Sonam's naivete is what created Taga's ruthless nature. Like, she created this situation. Beyond just giving Taga his airbending. What was she supposed to do? Not sending new air nomads out to their deaths would probably be a good start. His heart was darkened by the violence of war. His heart, his problem. Can you blame him? Taga begged Sonam to use the staff to create an army to defend the remaining air nomads. Begged her, but Sonam refused. Then when he stole the staff to do it himself, Sonam reclaimed it and trapped him high above the clouds. You missed the part where Taga connected the staff to Sonam's temple and turned into a big spirit world monster since his energy was corrupted. And also the part where he fatally wounds Sonam. Yeah, well, I doubt he planned on that happening. I doubt he wanted to turn into a monster. He just wanted to defend his people, which wasn't unreasonable at all. We don't live in the Magic Republic City, Aang. People fight. It's human nature.
So that explains why Taga was trapped on the mountain. But why was the staff hidden with the lion turtles?
Sonam locked the staff away where only the Avatar could find it. Then she died, hoping that one day another Avatar would create more airbenders and restore balance to the world. Isn't that right, Aang?
Yeah, pretty much. I love that staff, I really do.
So, Taga isn't actually the bad guy then.
He killed us off screen, Toph. What greater sin is there?
Well, yeah, but he watched his brothers and sisters get killed. Asked Sonam to form an army, only tried to do it himself when she refused. But what happened to the air nomads after that?
With Sonam's dying breath, she scattered us to the mountains. She's the reason we were so weak and defenseless when the Fire Nation attacked.
Why did she scatter everyone?
Because the Earth Kingdom was coming to kill them all. Turns out Taga was exactly right, and forming an army would have been a great idea. You see? This is why the Avatar shouldn't be in charge. They don't know anything about the real world. Thanks, Sokka. Anyway, we all died off-screen, but we were all resurrected off-screen too. Turns out this lion turtle place is a bunch of spirit water, which Katara used to heal us.
But how could I use it if I was dead?
It's not exactly clear if you died. Sokka took the air bullet for you, giving you enough time to bend water in the way to defend yourself. Then you conveniently fell off a cliff right into all that spirit water.
Wow, thanks, Sokka.
Best big brother ever, am I right? I guess this is what a healthy sibling relationship looks like. Anyway, everyone in this fight was useless except Katara. And also, everyone is ridiculously jacked. Like, especially Aang.
I don't know what the hell Katara's been feeding him, but whatever it is, it should be illegal.
Katara's my girl, Zuko. You can't have her. Zutara's never happening, alright?
Well, actually, to stop Taga, we have to go to the spirit world, whose energy is out of balance, and consequently, Katara and I become an old couple.
You're not an old couple. You're just a couple of old people.
Why am I a baby?
For the memes, Toph?
For the memes?
I don't really want to talk about this part so much, because it's boring.
You're jealous of me and Zuko, aren't you?
No, it's boring. It's just really silly and lighthearted since we had such a serious fight with Taga. Basically what happens is that Taga is merging the spirit world with the physical world, and we gotta get up to Sonam's temple to stop him. But it's way up there in the sky, so how do we get there? Well, thankfully some big silly pig spirit monster plops down right in front of us, and he can do it. But he doesn't want to do it, but Momo convinces him to do it. Momo unironically impacts the plot more than us, by the way.
That's rough, buddy.
Guys, you really have to stop this.
And the pig is voiced by that guy who made all those awful Thor movies, so he's kind of really annoying and sucks, but then he shoots us up into the temple and we never have to see him again. Also, we all look normal. And now the big final fight! We confront Taga, but turns out the Denied are back, and Taga has given them airbending powers, which was pretty poor judgment on his part, giving airbending to a bunch of criminals. Like he's been somewhat of a sympathetic villain till this point, but this decision was just dumb.
What about the part where he killed us?
Okay, yeah, that was pretty bad too. Speaking of killed, all of us, with the exception of Aang, literally get beaten as soon as the fight begins. The Denied airbend us all off the platform we're standing on, and we're kind of falling to our deaths until Appa saves us. Great start, everyone.
Do I get to beat up a bunch of bad guys?
You do! You actually get very creative with your earthbending, surrounding yourself with metal and making a metal spike arm, turning the ground into a landslide, making rock pillars, a dome shield, trapping the Denied in metal. Shame you did literally none of that against Taga.
All you Toph fans have a lot of explaining to do. Defend me, fans, for I am the greatest earthbender ever! Ha ha ha!
Cabbages guy loses his cabbages. Don't forget that, Zuko. My cabbages.
A bit more energy there, buddy.
My honor!
Close enough.
And I stopped Taga from getting to Sona's temple. He wants to go there to become a big spirit monster again for some reason, but not if I have anything to say about it.
You really shouldn't be able to stop him considering how easily he beat you before.
Yeah, I'm putting up a much better fight here for some reason, but not good enough because Sonam's temple comes crashing down on Republic City, likely killing thousands. Whoopsie! If they're not a named character, then who cares? It actually looked like I was winning my fight, but then Taga hits me with the "You ran away when the Fire Nation attacked!" And then the emotional trauma starts kicking in. Then he hits me with a super cool airbending elbow move, connects the staff to the temple, and becomes a big Hulk genie monster.
He looked way better before. You're probably right.
Yeah, he totally kicked your ass when he transformed. He gives you some oddly comforting final words, though.
At least you'll die, knowing you're not the last airbender.
Yeah, joke's on him, though, because I use his cheating airbending bullet to blitz over to him and knock the staff out of his hand. I wasn't even in my Avatar state. Avatar state kinda sucks in this movie, not gonna lie. Then I connected the staff to the temple, channeled the power of the spirit world, and start dripping aura, becoming Mega Aang. Like, this is probably the strongest I've ever been. Taga knows he's screwed. I basically one-shot him. I keep hitting him over and over, and he isn't even mad. He's just happy to see how strong I am. He actually wanted me to kill him. Isn't that wholesome?
So what did you do next?
Destroyed Sonam's staff.
What?
Yeah, the power was a bit too much for me. It nearly turned me into a monster like Taga, but then I kinda snapped out of it by remembering my happy youth, full circle moment back to the beginning of the movie, and then I destroyed the staff.
You just snapped yourself out of your rage?
Of course! I'm the Avatar! Yeah, surprisingly, Katara wasn't the one to do it. So Team Avatar did not actually do a single useful or important thing during this whole fight. We were completely irrelevant to the plot, even here, and also during the whole film. The only important member was Katara, and the one relevant thing she did was heal Aang with her spirit water, which honestly may not have even been necessary considering Aang was still conscious and talking to Avatar Sonam, and he was in a spiritual place. So it's not unreasonable to make up some bullshit like the spirit world reviving him. That's basically the explanation for how Katara was able to revive him after all.
But I don't understand why you decided to snap the staff, Aang.
It's what Sonam would have wanted. No. She literally told you that she wanted an avatar to find the staff and restore the air nomads. That is the mission she entrusted to you, Aang. But instead, you get the staff for like a minute, have a little mood swing, then determine the staff is too dangerous. But the staff gave people airbending, so it does solve the problem of restoring the air nomads.
You don't even need to be in your big spooky spirit state to use it. Like Taga used it to give the Denied airbending when he was still in his physical body.
Why didn't you just do that?
I had to destroy it, otherwise Korra wouldn't have made sense.
Don't you mention that horrible show ever around me again!
Sorry, Katara.
Anyway, with the staff destroyed, Sonam's temple magically floats back up into the spirit world. And conveniently, the Denied lose their airbending.
Why would they lose their airbending? The staff physically changed them, right? So why would that be reverted just because it got destroyed? If I build a sandcastle with a spade, then break the spade, the castle doesn't get destroyed.
Sokka, that's ridiculous. We all know you can't build sandcastles.
You know, Taga asked me the same thing.
Why did you break the staff? We could have fixed everything.
So I told him,
We can't erase the pain of the past. We couldn't save them.
and then he was like,
But it's our duty to protect our people.
and then I was like,
Not at the cost of betraying everything they stood for. It's time to let go. You have to forgive yourself. I have to forgive myself too.
and he seemed pretty satisfied with my answer. Then he evaporated.
Yeah, your rebuttal was stupid, Aang. You say you can't save the airbenders who previously died, but why does that mean you shouldn't be making more airbenders? You say Taga's just making more airbenders to make himself feel better about his past failure, but, no! You're making more airbenders to preserve your people. That's the primary reason. It may relieve some guilt, sure, but that's not why you're doing it.
You don't understand, Zuko. You're not an airbender.
And now, basically no one ever will be. Sonam wanted the staff to create more airbenders, even after seeing how it corrupted Taga. That's why she hid it rather than destroy it. You're not dishonoring your past self by using it. You just need to be selective about who you give airbending to. Taga giving airbending to the Denied was obviously a mistake. They're criminals who are willing to murder the Avatar. But if you have pupils who genuinely believe in what you're teaching them, and you make sure a bunch of their brothers and sisters don't get murdered right in front of them, then they would make excellent candidates to be airbenders.
Your destroying the staff seems kind of impulsive and stupid.
You've kind of done more to destroy the air nomads than anyone else.
Ozai would be proud. Look, let's just wrap up this movie, alright? Katara jumps off Appa and gives me a little mid-air smooch.
So romantic.
Insane, more like.
We see the Kyoshi warriors for like 3 seconds hanging around Republic City. Why isn't Suki in this movie? Couldn't they have helped? Am I still in a relationship with her? She's boring. No one cares. And then I chat with Avatar Sonam. And guess what, Zuko? She approves of everything I did.
Really? What did you tell her?
I don't know if airbending will ever return, but I know the true power of the air nomads isn't their bending, it's their values. And that's a power I can pass on to others. No. The true power of the air nomads is, wait for it, their airbending. If someone studies air nomad culture, that's great. But it doesn't make them an air nomad. That's not how it works. We're not changing the definition of air nomad here to fit your dumb conclusion. Want to know one big difference? Air nomads can airbend! You're wrong, Zuko, because Sonam said I'm the true embodiment of the air nomads. She even thanked me for giving up the power that she could not. So conveniently, she's on board now. Right as the movie's about to end. You give me hope for the future of our culture, were her exact words. Neat, right? What about the future of airbending? Suddenly, does no one care about airbending anymore? Hello, it's called Avatar The Last Airbender, not The Last Air Nomad.
That is kind of the point of the Avatar. To become the master of the 4 elements.
To become the master of bending.
Culture is something that changes with time and is hard to pin down, whereas bending is bending.
And bending is what gives the Avatar power. And the Avatar needs power to save people and keep the balance. Like, what are we even saying here? What if we applied this to the other elements? Bending isn't important, just culture is important. So what does the Avatar become? A politician or something?
Zuko, that's basically what I am.
Who voted for you? The universe. Duh, there's millions of people like that. It's not special at all. The Avatar's meant to be special, right? Like, who watches the Avatar do all these cool things and thinks, wow, this culture is awesome? At least 5 people, probably 6. Here's an example you should be familiar with. A volcano erupts and magma is about to destroy a village. Better get the Avatar here. Does he know firebending? No, but he knows about firebending culture. Do you think those people about to get burned alive give a crap about firebending culture? You need power to protect your culture. Bending is that power. You're starting to sound just like Taga. Yeah, well, Taga was right. His idea of creating airbenders so that they can protect themselves makes perfect sense. We don't live in fairy tale paradise where everyone loves each other, Aang. We need power to protect those we love, whether it be from our enemies or from nature or whatever.
Shut up! The movie ends with me hanging around with a bunch of air nomad acolytes searching for artifacts.
That cute Denied girl works for me now. See? Non-benders love me. Oh yeah, and we happen to find a bunch of air bison in a temple that no one has visited in thousands of years. So now Appa won't be alone. Well, that obviously wasn't important, was it? Air bison culture is what's important. We don't need air bison. We just need people who know about air bison.
Zuko, old buddy, old pal. Maybe you need your uncle to calm you down a bit.
We only get a tiny shot of him during the credits. Clearly he wasn't important enough to make the final cut.
And that's the end of the movie. So what do you guys think?
I liked it. Aside from the few criticisms Zuko brought up, it sounds beautifully made. Looks and sounds great, I'm sure, and has an awesome villain. Definitely deserve to be shown in theaters.
I like the part where we all die.
Well, it didn't feel like the characters fit into the plot of this movie very well at all. Like, do you and I even have a conversation, Aang?
Let me think. I sent you that letter at the start.
Do you and Toph even have a conversation?
Now you're just purposely asking difficult questions.
These relationships, which were so important in the cartoon, aren't present here at all. And our chemistry just feels off with all these new voices, like, it just doesn't quite feel right. Aang's and Katara's are maybe okay, but the rest of us just kinda, I don't know, weird.
I wish they just brought back the old voice actors. There really wasn't a good reason not to.
And Aang, honestly, you just feel weak and ineffective for most of this movie. Only at the end do you start feeling like the actual Avatar.
Well, if I beat everyone all the time, it wouldn't be very interesting, would it? That's why the villain had to be unnaturally strong.
But I think the stupidest part was your decision to destroy the staff at the end. Maybe people will disagree with me, but it kind of undermines the whole message of the film. Honestly, I feel like Taga is more sympathetic and logical than the movie intends.
Yeah, I felt real bad for him when he blasted a hole through all our chests.
Apart from the plot sidelining its main cast and undermining its own message, I liked it. There were lots of fun moments and awesome action and music and animation. It really is a shame that my bastard of a father leaked it online and that I couldn't help myself from watching it.
Paramount are definitely to blame too, though.
I heard they were sitting on this finished movie for months. It should have been shipped to theaters ASAP to avoid this kind of situation.
I know, right? The world loves us. Did they really think it wouldn't do well? Did they really think they wouldn't make money?
Couldn't agree more, guys. Anyway, Katara, how about we go and make some airbending babies?
Oh, Aang.
Ew!
Wait, I thought he said bending wasn't important.
Says one thing and does another. Maybe he should be a politician. Then he can pass a law to destroy Paramount. Screw you, Paramount!